I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of Psalms, chapter 23. Let's focus on verses 1 through 3. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. As perhaps the best known psalm in the world, number 23, is definitely one of the most familiar passages in the Bible, right? For believers and non-believers alike. Psalm 23 covers fear of the present. It covers hope for the future, both in their greatest extremes. So, how do we unpack the gravity of this passage in just a few short paragraphs? Frankly, probably can't be done, but let's try anyway. Let's see how far we get. Everyone, everywhere, regardless of their station of life or their ethnicity, resonates with the idea that they are sheep in need of a shepherd. Everyone knows that they need guidance of some form. And after all, Isaiah said, we all like sheep have gone astray. And sadly, most people who apply for the job of shepherd, right? I want to lead people. Whether they're religious or political leaders or whatever, they fall short of the standard that God sets for shepherds. At best, most men are flawed shepherds. I heard one person say, the best of men on their very best day are merely men compared to the Lord. I think we can all agree that the world is weary of self-serving bad shepherds. We've got enough of those who care for the flock, but it only extends to their desire for mutton and wool. That's why they're in it for the sheep. So that's why Jesus introduced himself as the Good Shepherd, the long-awaited Messiah. Jesus, feeding the 5,000 in Mark's Gospel, chapter 6, there is a direct parallel with Psalm 23, right down to making his followers lie down in the green grass. And it's easy to accept a shepherd who feeds and cares for and guides us during the good times. But where is a good shepherd during the hard times? Oh, does he abandon his flock like all the others? Absolutely not. Even in the midst of life's greatest hardships, the Good Shepherd remains with us. Psalm 23, verse 4, Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. There's your Good Shepherd. Your rod and your staff, that is your standard in your ways, they comfort me. So where else do we find this shadow of death concept in the Bible? Well, here's a place, Jeremiah 13, verses 16 and 17. Give glory to the Lord your God before he causes darkness, before your feet stumble on the dark mountains, and while you are looking for light, he turns it into the shadow of death and makes it dense darkness. But if you will not hear it, my soul will weep in secret for your pride. My eyes will weep bitterly and run down with tears because the Lord's flock has been taken captive. You see, the shadow of death is a condition that we bring about ourselves. It's not what the world has done to us. It's how we have allowed the world to get into us and to convince us to walk away from the Lord. It's a thing that we get into ourselves and that the Lord allows. But even in the midst of rebuke, he's with us. Now there's your comfort. It doesn't refer to sickness. Oh, I'm in the valley of the shadow of death. I can't get rid of this flu. It doesn't refer to disease per se. The shadow of death is the result of our own idolatry, seeking after the things of the world and giving them power and honor and glory, which belong to the Lord alone. So the fact that Psalm 23 informs us that the Good Shepherd is with us, even in the valley of the shadow, is a sign of his mercy and his willingness to forgive us, even from our lowest depths that we can sink to. And lastly, we are restored. We dwell continually in his presence by his grace. Psalm 23, verses 5 and 6. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Now that is a good shepherd. I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through financial donations from faithful people like you. And your giving to Groundworks Ministries transforms lives. Would you consider making a donation to Groundworks Ministries today? Because we need your monthly support now more than ever. You know, donating is secure and it's easy at our website, groundworksministries.com. Another way to help is to tell people about Groundworks Ministries. Let people know that we exist. You can share these podcasts with friends and family and on your social media. And of course, you can always direct folks to our website, groundworksministries.com.